The Conservative government continues to sit on the Correctional Services Oversight and Investigation report regarding Mr. Faqiri's death. Will the Solicitor General do the right thing, make this report public and take a step closer towards justice for Mr. Faqiri's family?
These are very challenging times when our community has to deal with the issues that come into our institutions. But we are doing everything possible to make sure that our staff are well trained and well qualified and ultimately well prepared to deal with all of the issues that occur within our 26 institutions.
The family of a Muslim Canadian who died nearly 5 years ago in a correctional facility in Lindsay, Ontario, is hoping a review of the cause of his death will lead to some answers and offer some peace.
Solomon Faqiri died following an altercation with prison guards in December 2016. The cause of his death has yet to be determined. The 30-year-old had schizophrenia. He spent 11 days in solitary confinement, and his family believes he was beaten while awaiting a transfer to hospital. Solomon's brother, Yusuf, joins us now. Thank you for your time, Yusuf. The province's chief forensic pathologist has announced he will be reviewing your brother's death. What does this mean for you?
It's long overdue. It's long overdue. We've been waiting 4.5 years for a government institution to do the right thing. But it's a guarded hope and guarded optimism, because throughout the last 4.5 years, we've actually been disappointed by every single government institution. So we look forward for Dr. Polanen to do his work because there needs to be accountability and transparency into my brother's death.
Yusuf, it's interesting some of the developments here, because some of the individuals involved in your brother's death, they've been fired, but still the OPP decided not to lay any charges last year. How's that decision impacting you and your family?
You see, that's the question in itself that's so tragic and so preposterous. You've had medical experts, you've had legal experts that have questioned the integrity, the independence of the OPP investigation. The government has already fired certain guards. They've suspended certain guards. Yet here I am, my family, for 4.5 years, we're still asking for the same question and the same issue, which is getting justice for my brother. It seems as if my brother's issue in life did not have value because he had mental illness. And if the clip that you played with Minister Jones didn't even acknowledge Suleiman's name, as if it's a drug issue, as if he's just a number. There's a problem with the way the government deals with individuals that have mental illness. The fact that my brother his story continues to be heard, and there's still no justice and accountability, just goes to show how much more work we have to do. But the fact that the chief pathologist took over this case now, it's a historic win, but there more needs to be done to get accountability and justice for my late brother.
What do you think will come out of this review that didn't come out of the first review, Yusuf?
Absolutely, it's a very important question. Well, the 2017 report is it's outdated. It does not have the does not have the fact that the eyewitness, Mr. John Thibault's testimony. Dawn Roselle, one of the guards that was fired, she admitted that the wrongdoing, that they did not use the spit hood properly. So these important facts have to be considered in this new report. The old report is outdated. It does not even resemble my brother's case anymore. But ultimately, it's justice, and we're looking forward for the coroner's office to do the right thing. They have to do the right thing. Suleiman deserves better, my family deserves better, and all Canadians and Ontarians suffering from mental illness deserve better.
Yusuf, you've been fighting this for 5 years now. Do you think that there was a sense, I mean, this of course has gone over different governments from Liberal into Conservative now. Do you think there was a sense that you might give up and go away?
You know, it's such an honorable and brilliant question. That's what the government thought, and that's what they've continued thinking that's going to happen. While it's not, our fight is no longer just us fighting. We have Ontarians and Canadians that have stood behind my family's, my brother's tragedy, and seeing Soli's story as an opportunity for transformational change in the nexus of mental illness and incarceration. And we're going to keep fighting, whether it's Premier Doug Ford, whether it was Premier, Kathleen Wynne. We're going to keep fighting because this is for the soul of our province, and we're going to keep fighting because Soli deserves better. Ontarians deserve better. Mental illness should not be a death sentence. My brother had a story to tell. He was a son. He was a brother. He was a brilliant mind. And I don't want just his name to go in vain. Just like Ashley Smith, just like Jordan Sherrod, there's so many other people that we're fighting for, and we're going to keep fighting because Soli deserves better. He deserves justice, and we deserve justice, and Ontarians deserve justice.
Yusuf, how are your parents doing? How is your mother?
My mom is the rock of my family. when I shared the story with her at first time that this was going to be revised and updated and opened, she gave me, a half smile saying, Yusuf, we must continue. We must continue. My mom continues to go and suffer from her son's death. She said, I buried my son and I still don't have closure. But I tell you, having this happen right now gives us some semblance of hope. But it's Ontarians that have given us hope, not the government, not any institution. And that's what we're relying on. And my mom continues to tell me that it's strangers that have given her more hope than leaders in the province that did this to my late brother.
Yusuf, what does that say about our society, that it's the Ontarians, not the government, who are sort of there to help us?
It says that we have so much work to do. It says that mental illness needs to be approached in a way that they have a story to tell. They're all human beings. And the fact that that Sylvia Jones called my brother an inmate, said drugs and contraband, what does that mean? It means that Soli didn't matter. It means like people that's suffering from mental illness, they're just go and give it to their families in body bags, and that's it. We don't have our closure to this day. I visit my brother's grave every Friday. I promise him, I say, Soli, I'm going to keep fighting for you. But your fellow Ontarians and your fellow countrymen are fighting for you. And we're fighting because Soli deserves better, and people are counting on us to make sure that what happened to Soli, what my family goes through, does not happen to another mother or another sister that befell my family.
All right, we will continue to follow your efforts, Yusuf. Yusuf Faqiri, the brother of Solomon Faqiri, joining us live on CB24 tonight. Thank you for making time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.